Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to pretty much show you give you an update really on everything that we've gotten done so far this year, where we currently are and what the plan is for next year. So a little bit of an update, keep you in touch because there's a lot that goes on here that we haven't shown you guys and you haven't seen it all. So yeah, please do sit down, relax, enjoy. If you're new here, give us a like and give us a subscription, and let's just get straight into it. So we'll start off with pretty much what's in the shed. So this is the S220. This has been in the background of our lives for the last number of weeks. And this is a car that we've had for a long time. Nothing really wrong with it. We got a new wing put onto it, so you can kind of see that this wing has been freshly painted. And that was really it. Obviously a little bit of work needed here. Just need a new cover there. And it just needs a little bit of TLC. The wheels are obviously a little bit knackered, so we got to get them freshened up. But that's a car that we've had for a while, sitting in the yard, just never really got around to it. And this year we just decided that this is something that we're going to get at. So that was done in the background. That was never really shown until recently, but that's one of the jobs that we got done there. This here is the 98 spec Galanza V that we've been working on as well. This car, we actually brought it back to bare metal, and we brought it down to the guys from Applied Concepts who actually helped us out. So they actually completely blasted this car with their aqua blaster and brought it back to bare metal, which is fantastic because we found all these little problem areas that we never would have seen prior to that. We've done a lot to this car, obviously, apart from just the blasting. I'll show you this here. We actually cut out and replaced this entire quarter panel here. A job that was never ever done here before, so that was the first time Lee ever did something like that, and it's turned out pretty well. We've grinded this down, so you can see there, we've grinded that down, bit of filler over that I suppose, and it'll fix it up. But that was a great job. We split that back, and then I also did my first ever painting on this car. Then the engine bay, this is the first ever bit of painting that I ever did. Forgive me now, it's kind of dusty. There's still a little bit of blast in it. We haven't actually fully washed this car down. You can see there's the blast there. See it sitting on there, there's your blast. But yeah, so we painted this, the first ever bit of painting that I did. It's a metallic colour as well, so real trial by fire. But to be honest, it actually turned out, I think it's turned out really well, to be honest. I'm actually really happy with that. We are planning to get back to this car soon. We're just currently kind of stuck with the Volvo. The Volvo, we've too much going on here between like two people, 2 nights a week. We should have been doing one project at a time. We've learned that lesson now. So the Volvo is getting finished first. It's in next door. It's getting painted. And once that's done, this car is going to get painted. And then we'll finish this car. So we'll finish the Volvo and then we'll finish this. Oh, and there's another little job that we did. My short arse here, struggling to reach. But we also replaced all of the lights in the shed. So I'll see if I have some old footage from what it looked like before we changed these lights, but in case I can't find the footage, this is night and day compared to what it was. We got these LED lights, got them at auction. I think we bought them, I think we got like a box of 6 for like €60 or €70, something like that. So got them for an absolute bargain. But that was a job that we did as well. Big improvement, because we were pretty much working in darkness, really, to be honest. Another thing that you might not actually be able to tell right now, because it's not exactly the cleanest it's ever been, but we've also given the shed a huge clear out. We've put up new shelves down the back. We reorganized this entire space here underneath the loft. Like I said, we've hung the lights, and we pretty much kind of gutted the shed. We took out a lot of stuff that we didn't need, and we kind of rearrange things to try and help us out a little bit better. Like the toolbox used to actually be here, situated here, which at the time seemed great because if you're working on a car right here, your toolbox is right here, but it actually kind of created a lot of dead space behind it, which just got filled with shit. Now, there is some rubbish there at the minute, but it's not as bad as it was. But that's another job that we've done. We've also put up those new shelves, which I'll bring you down and I'll show you them now. So we also made an investment. We got some proper shelves. This was actually helped out by you guys. You guys actually helped pay for this through the donations and the purchase of the merch. We got these lovely shelves. We also got this cabinet here, which is kind of what I'm using. This is my little corner here for all of my paint gear. Guns and filler and any kind of body work, everything is up here. Organization skills is not our strongest point, so that's something that we're always trying to improve. But that's kind of my auto body paint cabinet. John Purdy. That's what we've named it, is John Purdy. We gave it a full Christian name. So that's the shelf, that's the auto body stuff. We also then slightly kind of tidied up over here. Again, it doesn't look like it because we're kind of prone to making messes. And then we have this shelf over here. So the plan for this shelf, and this is something that, you know, we kind of struggle with as organization, but going forward, we're hoping that this will fix it. When we come down to the one car policy, this is going to hold all the components of that one car. So this, at the minute, this is all Galanza. That's everything that's on these shelves here is all Galanza. The Volvo is at the minute over in these boxes here. All this nonsense here. So something we're trying to improve. Also, we got these lovely Ricardos if anybody wants them. They're free. I'm only joking, they're not free. They belong to a friend of ours. You better come get them soon though. And another big job that we've done is, I don't know if anybody remembers this, we're not finished this yet, but this used to be just pretty much a lean-to. What we've done is we've obviously put up that gate. We're turning this into a prep bay because we're going to be doing a lot of painting here over the next couple of months and years as we go on. Okay, and then this is the prep bay. Again, we're not finished. We still have a couple of jobs to do with it. But what we have done is we've put in these windows over here. We've kind of closed this up a little bit and just to try and help seal it, because obviously this was wide open, everything was grown in. You can kind of see the bushes and everything. That was pretty much up to the window. So we've cut all that way back. And the plan is that with this, obviously we got some lights put up here as well. Obviously the plan with this space here is that a car that we need to paint, for example, say the Galanza, right? The Galanza will come in here to where this GTIR is sitting now, and it stays here until all the body work is done. Filler, paint, everything like that, polished up, everything good to go. It stays here in this area until that's done. We are hoping to get the floor painted as well. Maybe like put some epoxy or something on it. We're trying to get this as dust-free of an environment as we can, which is not going to be easy because we're working in old cattle sheds. But we're going to do we'll do the best that we can. It's pretty much the motto of this channel is we'll do the best that we can. So yeah, a couple of lights hung up. So this space is really kind of coming along. It's nice, it's dry, and personally, I'm really excited to get this done because it's going to make my job of painting a lot easier. And because I'm so new to painting, I think that can make my job easier. I'm a big fan of. And while we're here, I think it would be rude not to talk about the GTIR. So as a lot of you probably know, we had a bit of an issue with the GTIR coming back from Springfest in, I think it was just outside Enniskillen, I think. Lee unfortunately had a bit of a run-in with a cat's eye and we lost the gearbox. The gearbox hit a cat's eye and it then completely exploded. So we had to swap out brand new gearbox, well, new to us, gearbox and a transfer case. We got that job done in 2 nights. So really happy with that. We got a lot of work done in a short amount of time. So that was another big job that we done. That was my first time ever dropping an engine. So that was exciting. So dropped the engine, got the gearbox off, transfer case, put it all back up, and that car is now running 110%. This is another car that we will at some stage come around and do a bit of a restoration on it, because it needs a little bit of TLC, but that's going to be way down the road. We need to get some funds together for that, because this is Lee's baby, and if we're doing this, it's got to be done right. And then we have the oven. So this is something that we done. This is like one of the very first jobs that we done of the start of the year, pretty much. It was kind of done nearly before this year even started. But this is a DIY oven that we've built. It's all just like bits of 2x4, you know, sheets of insulation. But you know, it does the job. It's working well for us. We did have some issues with dust, but I feel like we've kind of fixed it fairly well. Again, we need to get the floor epoxied. When we get that done, I feel like it's going to be a lot better. One of the biggest problems that we did have though, when we were building this shed, or this oven, sorry, was when we used to turn on the fan, the whole thing used to shrink. It used to like collapse in on itself a little bit. And what we done is we got a friend of ours up, a local painter up, and he came up and he basically kind of gave us a couple of pointers on what we need to do. And one of the biggest things he said was we didn't have enough air circulation, we didn't have enough ventilation, enough air coming in. This is what we originally had, was this vent here, and it just wasn't enough. So we pretty much removed the entire top section of insulation, put up a filter instead, and that's fixed the problem, and that has fixed our dust issue massively, because it was pretty much causing a lot of it. A job that we probably will do next year at some stage is we need to relocate this fan. It's down low at the minute. It needs to be up high. So we're going to do that as well at some stage. But that's our oven. It's good, it's grand, does the job. One thing I would change if I could do it again is I would make it taller, because we have the Volvo in there at the minute, and because the Volvo is actually, it's surprisingly quite a tall and large car. It's not surprisingly large, but it's actually surprisingly tall, and it makes painting the roof a little bit difficult. But that is our oven. So this is another project or job that we got done. This is our Mark I Nova. For anybody who remembers, the guys from Applied Concepts actually come up to visit us. This is the first time we ever got talking to these guys. They come up to visit us. Sam, shout out Sam, absolute gentleman lad. So if you are looking to get any kind of blasting equipment, give Sam from Applied a shout. He came up and he blasted the entire underside of the Nova. Got that job done with not even the right equipment, because he wasn't really expecting the bed liner to be so thick, but he got that entire underside blasted. I think it was like maybe 4.5 hours, but this is like an incredible job. So I'll give you a better look at it. So yeah, this is basically what he got done. The entire underside of this car, all the bed liner, everything like that removed. A couple of spots where it's still sitting. That's what it was. And then this is here now, bare metal. Serious job. It is a powerful piece of kit. This is the same job that we got done to the Galanza that time, but I think it's just more impressive when you see the underside. You get all the body sealer and everything like that removed. So we got this blasted, and then I primed this the very next day. That was the first ever bit of painting I did. That was priming. So the first bit of priming I did, sorry. So the first bit of priming that I did, sorry. So first ever spray, and then the Galanza engine was the first ever kind of paint that I did, if that makes sense. But yeah, that was another job that we've done. Really looking forward to getting back to this car at some stage. Maybe next year if we have time. So this is another job that we've been doing quietly in the background. Well, I say we, it's been basically one man. He's the unspoken hero of the channel. He's been quietly slabbing the entire yard. So this was all pretty much just a field, muddy, muck everywhere. You can see all the mud and the muck. But we have been quietly slabbing this. Again, this is another kind of a help from you guys. You guys have helped us do this. Again, through the merch, through the coffees, everything like that, all the support that we get. This is where your money is going. It's helping us kind of improve the setup that we have, that we can kind of make everything a little bit smoother for us to kind of get more content out for you. But yeah, so we're getting these concrete slabs from a local concrete company. As you can see, they're all kind of broken and cracked. So we're getting like an entire truckload for next to nothing, lads. So it's worked out really, really well for us. But there's another job that we're doing. It's about 60% of the way, still another bit to go. But this is a big improvement for us behind the scenes, huge. Yeah, so this is pretty much what it was before. I'm out here in my runners. The one time I don't wear my boots and I'm down in the yard. So this is what we were kind of operating before, and it was just a fucking mess. And then we have one of the celebrities of the page. This is Lee's Land Cruiser that we were kind of hoping to turn into a bit of a daily. So we brought it in to the shed, took a look underneath, and you can probably guess the whole chassis is fairly badly rotten. So that was pretty much unfortunately it was a non-starter. That is something that I don't know if we'll get to it next year, probably the year after. But we will get this Land Cruiser back on the road. We have another one there for bits, so if we need parts or anything like that, we have one sourced. But yeah, so that's pretty much why that kind of came and disappeared fairly quickly. Just needs a lot of work, and we just don't have the time at the minute, unfortunately. It's actually quite funny because that car got us that car got us a lot of trouble because no one believed us that that car was sitting in the field for so long. Yeah, and there's another car that also happened with the Avensis, so we'll show you about the Avensis as well. We'll talk about it soon. So now we're talking about cars that we've picked up, and this is something that we'll probably get to next year. So this is next year's car. This is a lovely turquoise old Mart that we picked up. Local one actually, wasn't terribly far from where we are, and does not need a whole pile of work. Obviously she's seen better days, she's a bit rough looking, but most of it is kind of just visual, surface level. It's nothing major. She needs new sills, not a huge job, we can do that, but that's something that we're hoping to get on the road early-ish next year, potentially. This is another car that we want to try and get back on the road. Well, not this exact car. This car is actually rolled off. And it's actually pretty badly rusted. So 156, 2.5 litre V6 Busso Alpha. This was a car that I was going to buy, and then I pulled out of it last minute. And then Lee swooped in, he picked it up. And I'm sad that I didn't buy it, but I'm also not all that terribly sad. But this car here is, I really love this car, this Alpha. I really do love it. It's got the wooden steering wheel on it, which itself is probably worth a few pound. It's just a really beautiful car. Everything about it, the handles and everything on it. So we actually do have a shell sourced for this car. So this is something that is going to come on the channel next year. We do have a big plan for this car that I'm not going to talk about yet. That'll kind of be revealed later on in the year, but we do have big plans for this car. So stay tuned for that. Oh God, I really regret I didn't wear my work boots. The one day I didn't wear them out and I'm down in this fucking yard. Some of you might recognize this, the DC5 and the EG. DC5, we are talking about getting it on the road for next year. Doesn't need a whole pile of work, needs a little bit of TLC. It looks worse than it is. This is a job that we just kind of wanted to wait until we had a bit more experience under our belts before we tackled into it ourselves. But this is something that we're talking about getting this done. I'm not going to make any promises, but this is a car that could very well appear on the channel at some point early next year. But the car that is guaranteed to be on the channel next year, this is the next project. This is the very next project here. It's an EF Civic. This is the one that we're going to be doing after the Galanza and after the Volvo. 3-spoke Advans. Aren't they just unbelievable, lads? I absolutely love these wheels. I'm in love with them Advans. But this is the next car that we're going to be working on. Another car that appeared on the Instagram and the TikTok, anyway, never really appeared here on YouTube, was Lee's 98 Toyota Venza. That car got us into a lot of trouble. People just did not believe that that car was sitting in a hedge for like, I don't know, I think it was like 5 years or something like that. I'll have to double check. But people just didn't believe us, even though it was like surrounded by nettles and briars and grass. And we had to drive through a hedge to get it out, but whatever. But yeah, booster pack fired up first go. The only problem with that is that the alternator on it is a little bit worse for wear. It's not exactly charging the battery right. And we just haven't got around to doing that. So Lee was driving it for a little bit, but he's parked it up. It's too nice of a car to be driving. Or not too nice of a car, but it's too special of a car to be kind of like dailying like that. We will get around to it at some stage and we'll give it the proper kind of attention that it needs, you know. Another job that we got done this year was we actually set up a website. We actually have a toolzwithcarz.com website there, and through all of the people buying our merch, helping us out, buying us coffees, you guys have pretty much allowed us to do, well, like 90% of what we're doing, really, to be honest with you. We couldn't be doing this without you. So again, huge thank you to absolutely everybody who has checked out the website, who has helped support us by picking up hats and hoodies and t-shirts. And then we also had a kebab night. We celebrated hitting 10,000 followers over on TikTok, where we got Jason Dunn, the Fiberman. Actually, I'm wearing his hat. I just realized we had Fiberman come up and he joined us for a kebab. That literally only happened like 2 weeks ago. So again, thank you so much to everybody who has been following us on TikTok. If you're not following us on TikTok, go check us out. And this year we did our first ever paid promotion. So I know you guys aren't excited about that, but we are. It's a big thing for us. So we're one step closer to making this dream a reality. So yeah. And last but most certainly not least is we have officially become YouTube partners. We're now monetized on YouTube. It's a huge goal. It's a huge milestone. It's a real slog to hit. It's really, really difficult to hit. For anybody who maybe doesn't know, you need to have at least 1,000 subscribers, but you need to have 4,000 watch hours, which doesn't sound insane, but when you're only learning how to edit and you've never done anything like this before, there's a lot of trials, there's a lot of failures. But we got there. We finally got there, lads. And that's all thanks to you guys here watching and tuning in and supporting us. So again, thank you so much for that. But that's kind of it. That's where we are. That's what we've done. That's all the projects that we've gotten to date. And that's a couple of the projects that we're hoping to get to next year. So if you watched this video and you haven't already, please do leave us a like. If there's any cars that you've seen there, you might have spotted in the background and you think we should get to those sooner than later, leave us a comment and let us know. And if you haven't already, please do give us a subscription. I believe like 80% of people who watch us aren't subscribed. So we would be very grateful if you did consider to give us another subscription. But that's it, lads. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again in the next one. Cheers.